Hi everybody, welcome to beautiful Nha Trang, Vietnam. We were there in late December, and while the weather was a little breezy, we had a great time in the city. So here it is, there's Vietnam next to Cambodia, Laos, and Thailand, and Nha Trang is in the southern half, but getting up towards the middle. And as you can see here, it has just a beautiful, beautiful beach there, which is what draws the crowds. Welcome to my channel, Enjoying Retirement. My wife and I travel a lot, and this time we spent about 3 weeks in Vietnam and Cambodia. So here we are in Nha Trang. We went there to do some snorkeling, and we did it. We found it's just a beautiful area, well manicured, well taken care of, and it kind of looks like how Miami Beach would be if you took away most of the people, all the trash, and a lot of the noise. It is just beautiful. Looked like it was a favorite hangout also of Chinese and Russian tourists there, but very international city. We're going to do a quick walk through the city, take a look at the beach, some of the highlights, kind of walk down Ocean Boulevard and then walk behind a block or two. But mostly this is going to be about the dinner we had there. Very unique dinner to southern Vietnam. Look at the beach. And as you can tell, Vietnam is working hard to become a very modern metropolis. Perhaps the most iconic building along the beach is Cam Hu Tower, and that was built in about 2008. And it is the Performing Arts Center of Nha Trang. And it is just beautiful, and as you can see, a lot of the locals there, they will go there for their wedding pictures and other celebratory pictures. It recently underwent remodeling, and it's going to be good for quite a long time to come. It is just beautiful, stunning. It is in the shape of a lotus flower, which is the national flower of Vietnam. Now we're going to walk along the street. Since it's getting closer to dinner time, we're going to start looking at some of the restaurants. This is the street that borders the beach, and as you can imagine, seafood is the food of choice in this area. Now, one thing that's unique to southern Vietnam, I didn't see it up in Hanoi, is they will have your menu items there on display for you to pick out. But we're not quite ready to eat yet, so let's just walk down the street and see what we have. We have your fruit vendor, and then we have your alligator leather store. Now, we're going to go off the main street a little bit, go back one block, and once you get back there, you're kind of leaving the glitz and glamour behind and getting into more traditional Vietnam, what you'll see in any city throughout the country. So if you're looking for something a little more traditional or normal, just get off the block a little bit. Okay, now we're going to head back to the main drag and really work on finding something to eat. And my wife loves seafood, and we're going to go get some seafood. And it's going to be a very unique experience for us anyway. We're going to Chuy 66. And it is a seafood restaurant, like I said. A lot of these restaurants in southern Vietnam, you get to pick what you want. It's kind of like picking out your lobster in an American restaurant, except here you can get everything. Blue crab, lobster, snails, clams, fish. And yes, we are going with Grouper tonight. And we want that guy up there because he looks lively. One thing we noticed as we looked at a lot of these things, a lot of these grouper don't look too good, and we did not want that one. He was not looking as good as we wanted. We want this guy. He's swimming vertically and looked a little bit healthier. So we got to choose which one we want. He went up there, picked him up. He's going to come down and weigh him, and you pay per kilogram for the fish. In this case, it's about 480,000 dong per kilogram. And our fish right there is going to weigh in at 1.1 kilograms. At the end of this, I'm going to show you the bill and what we get for that. But what's unique is when you pay for the fish, you're not just paying for the fish, you're paying for the dish as well. So it all comes as one price. And we thought this was just a fascinating way to have a little bit more interactive meal. So he's going to go ahead and take that back to the kitchen. He's explaining now they're going to cut the head off, the tail off, then they're going to section it. And what they're going to do is they're going to bring out a soup first, and then they are going to bring out the rest of the fish. So let's go ahead and take a look around the restaurant. Very modern, very Western. And no little tiny plastic chairs to sit on here. It was very comfortable with a great view of the ocean. Now, one thing I want to point out is those grouper, they are actually a cross between giant grouper and tiger grouper. They're very sustainable and they're farm raised. Giant grouper are pretty much the same thing as the Goliath grouper that you'll find down in Florida, except they became separated about 3 million years ago when the tectonic plates of the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean created Panama. So anyway, enough. You'll find these guys all over. So there is our soup made from the head and the tail, and there is the meal itself with the rest of the body chopped up. It's actually quite beautiful. We also ordered Morning Glory, and those were the fried greens you saw earlier. And what we're going to do with these is we are going to make some fish wraps. And there are some greens that came with it, in addition to the various dipping sauces you can use for the fish wrap. So there you go. Going to add a little bit of cucumber, some greens to it. We're going to pick out some of the fish and make sure that it is soaked well in the soy sauce marinade that it's been in. Grab some of the greens and peppers and onions from the bowl up there as well. And we're going to start making ourselves a fish wrap dinner. This is just a beautiful meal. All right, not everybody may like the fish head soup looking at you, but hey, it was good. And there's a lot of meat on grouper head, so don't discount it. My wife is being nice enough to put this fish wrap together for us so that we can kind of see how it's done. You know, I used to do these before, and I always used to screw it up because I'd get that wrapper so wet it would just stick to the plate. I learned from her that, you know, you don't get it very wet at all. The wetness of the food itself will stick it together. Boy, that's beautiful. All right, I'm going to dip it in, and we're going to take a bite, and we are going to enjoy our dinner. And while we do that, let's take a look at the bill. That's the type of bill you're going to get. Of course, it's in Vietnamese. But hey, use Google Translate, and there you have it. I took a picture of it, and then I also put the price on top of it. So as you can see, we had that full meal. That was grouper, greens, rice, tea for $25. That's a pretty good deal. Even though in our 3 weeks there, that was one of the most expensive meals we had. That's going to wrap up this video. I just wanted to let you experience a unique Southern Vietnamese dinner. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I am enjoying retirement.